At the beginning of the drama, we see the female lead, Xing Chen. She was waking up in the morning and getting ready in a hurry because her mom, Chen Ming, was about to come to meet her. She is Xing Chen's stepmother. Xing Chen is currently with her real mom. Her real mom was very poor, so she had given Xing Chen to Chen Ming in her childhood so that she could spend a good life. Just then, Chen Ming arrives and talks to Xing Chen about her marriage. And she says, "Tonight at the party, you will meet Zheng Chuyao. He is your fiancé. You two should meet each other first and try to build a good relationship with him. And if everything goes well, you will be married in the next 3 months." Xing Chen says, "I haven't seen Zheng Chuyao for 9 years. How can I marry him?" Chen Ming says, "Just marry him. Then everything will be fine. And just think of it as paying the price for being a rich man's daughter." Xing Chen is quite surprised by this. Then Chen Ming says, "Because you are a rich man's daughter, you have to prepare for this in advance. And I am doing this because you are my husband's daughter, and he is now dead. And your marriage is the best choice I can make for you." Then she places a beautiful crown on Xing Chen's head, and she says, "You truly look like a princess." And then she says goodbye and leaves. After she leaves, Xing Chen says to herself, "Zheng Chuyao is very gentlemanly and handsome. I even like him. But the people I like, will they like me back?" Then at night, everyone arrives to the party. Xing Chen also arrives there, wearing a very beautiful dress. Seeing her, Chen Ming says, "You look good. Now go and meet Zheng Chuyao. He is on the roof in a white suit." When Xing Chen goes upstairs, a boy is playing the piano there. He's wearing a white suit. Seeing him, she thinks, "He's wearing a white suit. Maybe he is Zheng Chuyao." Xing Chen goes and sits next to him, but the boy doesn't respond at all and quietly continues playing his piano. When he doesn't say anything, Xing Chen introduces herself and tells him, "My name is Xing Chen." He still doesn't say anything to this. Xing Chen thinks to herself, can he react at all? Even after hearing his fiancé's name, he is not saying anything. She thinks, maybe he's thinking about how to praise me. Just then, that boy says, "Can you please leave from here? I have to play my piano." Xing Chen finds this very strange. Just then, another boy comes there, and he gives her a white lily and says, "This is for you, princess." Xing Chen asks, "Who are you?" He says to the boy playing the piano, "I called you here to play the piano, not to flirt with girls." Xing Chen is quite surprised by this and asks, "Isn't he Zheng Chuyao?" He says, "I am Zheng Chuyao. This is Jiang Nian. I called him to play the piano." When Xing Chen looks at them both carefully, she understands that both of them were wearing white suits, which is why she got confused. Then Jiang Nian leaves from there, and the two of them come downstairs. Xing Chen tells him, "We first met when we were only 10 years old." Just then, Zheng Chuyao remembers that Xing Chen's behavior in childhood was very rude. He grabs Xing Chen's hand, pulls her to the side and says, "Cancel this engagement right now. I don't want to marry you." Xing Chen asks him, "Why don't you want to marry me?" Zheng Chuyao says, "Because I like someone else. And the one I like is very kind, very sweet, and different from everyone else." Xing Chen says, "Okay, then introduce me to her. If you like her, she must be here." Just then, Zheng Chuyao goes to a girl working there and brings her to Xing Chen, and he says, "This is Yang Yang. She is the girl I was talking about." That Yang Yang was holding Zheng Chuyao's hand, so Xing Chen scolds her. This frightens her, and she falls right there. At this, Zheng Chuyao scolds Xing Chen a lot, and he says, "You haven't changed at all. You are still the same. It's impossible for you and me to be together, so forget about me." Xing Chen was holding his hand, so Zheng Chuyao jerks his hand away, causing Xing Chen to fall into the swimming pool right there. But Jiang Nian rescues her and brings her out. The next day, Xing Chen goes to college. She is waiting for Zheng Chuyao there. Just then, Jiang Nian passes by on his bicycle. His diary falls on the road. As soon as Xing Chen picks it up and turns around, she bumps into Yang Yang, and Yang Yang's cake falls on the road. Xing Chen says to her, "Sorry, I didn't do it on purpose, but now that it has fallen, I will buy you another one." Just then, Zheng Chuyao arrives. He thinks that Xing Chen is bothering Yang Yang again, so he scolds her. After coming home, Xing Chen looks at Jiang Nian's diary and says his handwriting is quite good, but his name is very strange. The next day, Xing Chen comes to a comic book store. Jiang Nian sees her there. He was working a part-time job there. He was wearing a night bear suit. Xing Chen was sitting there, drawing something in her drawing book, and she was saying in anger, "This all happened because of that Jiang Nian. If he hadn't come to our engagement wearing a white suit, I wouldn't have made a mistake in recognizing Zheng Chuyao, and he wouldn't hate me, and Yang Yang wouldn't be in his life today." And she says, "I think that Jiang Nian probably came to ruin my engagement." Jiang Nian, in the night bear suit, was standing right next to her, listening to all of this. Xing Chen is very angry, and she starts hitting the night bear. After taking a few hits, Jiang Nian tells her to stop. Xing Chen says, in shock, "Are you a real person? Does that mean you were listening to me?" Hearing this, the night bear runs away from there. When Xing Chen is about to leave the bookstore, the owner there asks her to pay. Just then, she remembers that she forgot to bring her purse. The owner says, "If you don't pay, you can't leave from here." Just then, that night bear comes and pays for her. Xing Chen is very happy about this and says thank you to him, and she says, "Give me your contact number, I will return your money." But the night bear runs away from there. Xing Chen chases him, but he doesn't stop, and they both keep running around there. While running, Xing Chen gets tired, so the night bear picks her up in his arms and walks for a short distance, and then he puts her down and runs away. When Xing Chen comes home, her mom shows her some photos and scolds her a lot because Xing Chen did not behave like a real princess. The next day, Xing Chen and Zheng Chuyao come to their college together. Xing Chen asks him, "Is Yang Yang really a very good girl?" Zheng Chuyao says, "Yes, absolutely. Are you jealous of her?" Xing Chen says, "No, but I want to tell you that she doesn't like you as much as you like her." They both had arrived at college. Right there, Yang Yang was talking to Zhang Nian. Just then, Zheng Chuyao comes to them, and he says to Zhang Nian, "I didn't know we would meet again so soon." This time, Zhang Nian doesn't say anything, so Zheng Chuyao says, "Don't you have anything to say?" Zhang Nian extends his hand and says hello to him, but Zheng Chuyao does not shake his hand. Standing at a distance, Xing Chen is watching both of them. She thinks, something must have happened between these two. Then Xing Chen comes inside the college. There, two boys are in the swimming pool, so Xing Chen starts taking their photos. Just then, Zhang Nian comes to her and says, "Show me, what are you doing?" But Xing Chen doesn't show him her camera. In the midst of this, her foot slips, and she falls on top of Zhang Nian. And Zhang Nian's hands are on her chest. This makes her start screaming, and she hits him a lot. Zhang Nian stands up and says, "I'm not trying to take advantage of you. You are misunderstanding." Xing Chen takes her camera and leaves from there, but her drawing book had fallen right there, which Zhang Nian picks up. Then Xing Chen goes for her piano classes. There, she sees that the teacher was giving punishment to any student who played the wrong music by making them stand there for a long time. Xing Chen tells the teacher not to give such punishments to the students. So the teacher says, "If you play the music of a song absolutely correctly, then I will end this punishment." Then the teacher asks her to play the difficult music of a very rare song. But Xing Chen manages to play that music, and seeing this, everyone is shocked. Standing outside, Zhang Nian was also watching her. Then in the class, all the students clap for Xing Chen. When Xing Chen comes home, her mom tells her, "Zheng Chuyao has invited you to dinner tonight." Xing Chen thinks, "Zheng Chuyao is very strange. He behaves so rudely with me during the day, and at night he has invited me to dinner." Meanwhile, Zhang Nian is smiling, looking at Xing Chen's drawing book. Then Xing Chen comes to a parlor to get ready for Zheng Chuyao's dinner party, and she gets ready very nicely. Then when she comes to the party, Yang Yang is also there. She is serving juice when she accidentally spills the juice on another girl's purse. At this, that girl starts insulting Yang Yang a lot, and she says her purse is a limited edition from a very big brand. Yang Yang tells her sorry, saying, "It happened by mistake." But that girl doesn't listen to her and says, "You are jealous of me. That's why you ruined my new branded purse." When Xing Chen looks at her purse, she realizes that her purse is not from any brand but a fake copy of it. So she goes there and protects Yang Yang and tells everyone that purse is fake. So you can't insult Yang Yang so much for it. At this, that girl gets very angry, and in anger, she breaks a plate and leaves. Yang Yang quickly starts picking up the broken pieces of the plate. So Xing Chen says to her, "Why is it so easy to bother you? Why don't you ever stand up for yourself?" Yang Yang says, "I don't know what I should have said to her." Something was stuck on Xing Chen's dress, so Yang Yang starts cleaning it, but Xing Chen pushes her away. Just then, Yang Yang accidentally falls, and at that moment, Zheng Chuyao arrives, and he sees Yang Yang falling. He thinks that Xing Chen is the one bothering her. He angrily says to Xing Chen, "Why are you bothering Yang Yang? I thought I had thought wrong about you, but I was right. You really are a very arrogant and cruel girl." Xing Chen says, "Think whatever you want to think." Just then, Zheng Chuyao picks up water and throws it on Xing Chen and leaves from there. At this, Xing Chen becomes very emotional, and she leaves the party. It was raining outside, and Xing Chen was walking. She comes and sits down in one place. She's crying, thinking about whatever happened at the party today. Just then, the night bear comes to her with an umbrella and protects her from the rain. Seeing this, Xing Chen becomes very emotional and hugs him and starts crying. The next morning, when Xing Chen wakes up, she thinks, "Last night, I fell asleep outside in the rain. Then, who brought me home?" Then she remembers that last night she was with that night bear. She starts to wonder who he could be. Then Xing Chen comes to her college. There, she sees Zhang Nian teaching Yang Yang music practice. Xing Chen thinks of a way to annoy him. She changes her voice and asks Jiang Nian to come outside, but when he comes out, Xing Chen hides. Jiang Nian goes to the other side to look for her, and Xing Chen goes inside and puts a piece of paper in his musical instrument. When Jiang Nian comes back and plays that instrument, a very dissonant sound comes out of it. When he checks the instrument, he finds a piece of paper inside. He looks at the paper carefully and understands that Xing Chen did this. Looking at the paper, he smiles slightly and then puts it in his pocket. When Xing Chen comes home, her mom says to her, "This is your teacher, who will help you with your studies." That teacher is Jiang Nian. Xing Chen is quite shocked to see him, and she grabs his hand and brings him to her room, and she says, "Why do I find you everywhere? Are you trying to get close to me?" Jiang Nian says, "No, I am just here to give you coaching." But Xing Chen starts fighting with him and says, "I don't want to study with you. You go away from here." Jiang Nian says, "Okay, if that's the case, then you tell your mom to find another teacher." But Xing Chen says, "No, I can't say that." Jiang Nian says, "If you can't say it, then I'll say it." But she stops him. So Jiang Nian says, "Okay, now stop fighting and let's start the class." Then he sits down and starts teaching her. After studying for a while, Xing Chen says, "I am very tired. Can you bring me some coffee?" At this, Jiang Nian says, "I am your teacher, not your servant." Xing Chen says, "I don't know how you are teaching. I'm starting to feel sleepy. I think you are not teaching me properly." At this, Jiang Nian brings her coffee, and then they start their studies. After a while, Jiang Nian falls asleep right there. Is he sleeping properly or not? To check this, Xing Chen comes near him. Just then, Jiang Nian wakes up. Xing Chen was very close to him, so his hand accidentally touches Xing Chen's chest. At this, she starts screaming again, and she says, "You are such a bad man." Just then, her foot slips, and she is about to fall, but Jiang Nian catches her and hugs her. Just then, he remembers some scene from his past, which makes him quickly push Xing Chen away from him. And he says, "Let's study." Xing Chen thinks, "Why is he pushing me away from himself? Is he allergic to beautiful girls?" Then Xing Chen comes to her mom. Mom asks her, "What is going on between you and Zheng Chuyao?" Because mom wanted to get her married to Zheng Chuyao for her business deal. That's why she was repeatedly forcing Xing Chen to build a good relationship with Zheng Chuyao. Then, Xing Chen comes to the mall to shop with her real mom. There, her mom had done a lot of shopping, and she still wanted to buy more things. At this, Xing Chen says to her, "Can't you control your expenses? If you had done that, I wouldn't have to struggle to please that Zheng Chuyao today." Her mom says, "Zheng Chuyao is a very good boy. You will be happy with him." And then she says that she has more shopping to do. She needs to get some new purses. At this, Xing Chen gets angry and leaves from there. Then we see Zheng Chuyao. His dad says, "Xing Chen is your fiancé. You should maintain a good relationship with her. Your relationship can benefit our company." And he asks Zheng Chuyao to be a responsible person. After he leaves, Zheng Chuyao says to himself, "He always talks about responsibility. Can't the children of the rich even choose their own love?" Meanwhile, Xing Chen comes to the night bear at the bookstore, and she gives him a gift and thanks him for last night. And she says, "I'm leaving now. That stubborn teacher must be coming to teach me. I don't know how he will behave with me." Hearing this, Jiang Nian smiles. Xing Chen says to him, "I don't know who you are, what you look like, but you are a very good friend of mine." Then she says goodbye to him and leaves. Then in the evening, Jiang Nian comes to her house for coaching, and he also teaches her how to play the piano. While playing the piano, Xing Chen falls asleep, and Jiang Nian picks her up in his arms and lays her on the bed. The next day, Xing Chen comes for her music classes, and she plays very beautiful music. Everyone in the class praises her. Zheng Chuyao is very impressed by this and calls her to the roof to talk. When Xing Chen goes there, he says to her, "I don't like you, yet you always try to get close to me. You always try to impress me. But remember this, you will never be able to compare to Yang Yang, and I hate you." Standing at a distance, Jiang Nian is also listening to all this. When Xing Chen is leaving from there, she's very upset thinking about Zheng Chuyao's words. Jiang Nian is also walking behind her. He feels very bad seeing Xing Chen so upset. Xing Chen comes and sits near a waterfall. There are fireworks happening there, which makes her a little happy. Seeing her smile also makes Jiang Nian feel good. The next day, Xing Chen comes for horse riding. She is sitting on a horse but is unable to handle it. Just then, Jiang Nian comes and calms the horse, and then he teaches her horse riding. Xing Chen says, "This horse is just going in circles. I want it to run." But Jiang Nian does not listen to her. Then at night, Xing Chen and Zheng Chuyao's families meet for dinner. Both parents were talking about business with each other. Xing Chen asks Zheng Chuyao, "There is a function going to be held in our college, so will you participate with me in a couple dance performance in it?" But he refuses, saying, "I am a good dancer, and you won't be able to dance well, so I can't make you my partner." Xing Chen says, "I will practice for it." The next day in college, Xing Chen tells her friends that she wants to do a dance performance with Zheng Chuyao, but she doesn't know how to dance at all. So they suggest, "You can learn dance from Jiang Nian. He dances very well." At night, when Jong Neon comes to coach her, Xing Chen is looking at him and thinking, can this ice cube-faced boy really teach me how to dance? At night, Xing Chen meets the night bear, and she tells him about this. I have to learn dance, but I don't want to take help from that Jiang Nian because I don't like him. But now, Jiang Nian finds out that Xing Chen has to learn dance. So the next day, he takes her with him to a place. Xing Chen asks, why did you bring me here? Jiang Nian says, don't you want to learn to dance? Xing Chen asks, how do you know about this? To this, he says, if you don't want to learn, it's okay. I'll leave from here. But Xing Chen stops him and says, no, I want to learn. Then Jiang Nian starts her dance practice. Xing Chen is not able to do anything properly. Seeing this, he says, you don't know how to dance at all? Xing Chen says, if I knew, then I wouldn't need you to teach me. They start their dance practice again. After practicing for a while, Xing Chen's foot twists and they both fall. Accidentally, Xing Chen kisses Jiang Nian. Then she quickly pushes him away and says, I thought my first kiss would be with a very handsome prince. Jiang Nian says, okay, then I will return your kiss to you. Saying this, he kisses her again. The next day, Jiang Nian comes for coaching classes and says, quickly take out your books. We have to start the class. Xing Chen asks, don't you have anything to say to me besides studying? He doesn't give any answer to this, so Xing Chen says, I am talking about what you did to me yesterday in the afternoon dance class. Jiang Nian is not giving any answer, and he is taking out her books and giving them to her and says, start reading this. Xing Chen says, how can you react as if nothing happened? Zheng Chuyao takes out a book and starts reading. So Xing Chen takes the book from his hand and turns it right side up for him, and she says, this book was upside down. At this, Jiang Nian gets very embarrassed, and he takes the book and moves to the side. Meanwhile, Zheng Chuyao is telling his friend that he needs a dance partner. Just then, his friend forcefully calls Xing Chen and hands the phone to Zheng Chuyao. Seeing his call, Xing Chen quickly answers, but just then, Jiang Nian takes the phone from her hand, and he says, phones are not allowed during class time. And he cuts the call and makes her sit down to study. The next morning, when Xing Chen comes to college, Zheng Chuyao asks her, last night when I called you, who was that man in your house at that time? Xing Chen doesn't tell him anything, but Zheng Chuyao forcefully asks her about it. So Xing Chen says, why are you interfering so much in this? Are you jealous? Zheng Chuyao says, when I don't even like you, then why would I be jealous? I was just asking because it will affect your personal life, and you won't be able to practice dance properly. Xing Chen says, you don't worry about that, I am practicing well. Saying this, she leaves from there. Then at night, when Jiang Nian comes for her coaching, Xing Chen looks at him and thinks, after kissing me, he didn't react at all. Was that just an accident? Just then, Zheng Chuyao comes to her house to meet her. When Xing Chen finds out that Zheng Chuyao has come, she quickly hides Jiang Nian in a corner. As soon as Zheng Chuyao enters her room, he starts looking around. Just then, he sees 2 glasses there and asks, why are there 2 glasses of water here? Xing Chen says, I like to drink a lot of water, that's why. Then she says to him, I am feeling sleepy, so you come to meet me later. And she forcefully sends him out of there, and she gets Jiang Nian out of that place. But as soon as Jiang Nian comes out, he locks Xing Chen in the same place. Just then, Jiang Nian realizes that Zheng Chuyao is coming back to the room, so he also goes and hides with Xing Chen. When Zheng Chuyao comes into the room, there is no one there. He looks around and starts looking for Xing Chen and says, how strange, where could Xing Chen disappear from her room? He looks for them for a while and then starts to leave. When these 2 realize that Zheng Chuyao has left, they both come out from there. But as they come out, Zheng Chuyao is sitting right there. All 3 of them are shocked to see each other. The next day, when Xing Chen comes to college, Jiang Nian is ignoring her and walking away. Zheng Chuyao's friends say to him, what's there to feel bad about? Jiang Nian is her teacher. Zheng Chuyao says, then why were they both hiding from me? And I saw they were standing very close to each other. His friend says, why are you getting so jealous about this? Zheng Chuyao says, I am not jealous. I love Yang Yang. Why would I be jealous of her? And then the 3 of them leave from there. Xing Chen was standing there listening to all their talk. She comes to Jiang Nian and says, because of you, Zheng Chuyao is misunderstanding me. You help me explain to him. Jiang Nian says, I am only your teacher. I cannot take responsibility for your personal life. After some time, Xing Chen gets this misunderstanding that Zheng Chuyao is the night bear, so she starts doing everything he says, because Xing Chen had shared many personal things with that night bear. Zheng Chuyao tells her to ride a horse and go around the whole ground. Xing Chen agrees to this, but while doing so, she injures her leg. She is calling Zheng Chuyao for help, but there is no one around. So Xing Chen sits there and starts crying. Just then, the night bear comes to her, and he treats her leg injury. Xing Chen says thank you to him, and says, I knew you would definitely come to help me. You may have come late, but I am happy. and I also know that you like me. While saying this, she takes Zheng Chuyao's name, because Xing Chen still thought that the night bear was Zheng Chuyao, but hearing his name, that night bear, i.e. Zhang Nian, becomes very sad. But he doesn't say anything. The next day, when Xing Chen comes to college, she sees Zheng Chuyao and thinks, he only shows this rude behavior to me. He takes so much care of me when he's the night bear, and she is smiling while saying this. When she turns back, she bumps into Zhang Nian, and his coffee spills on Xing Chen's top. She says in anger, "Why do you always bump into me? And you've dirtied my clothes too." At this, Zhang Nian takes off his shirt and gives it to her to wear, and leaves from there. Then Xing Chen starts looking for Zheng Chuyao. As soon as she finds him, she comes to him. Just then, two goons arrive there, and they put their gun on Zheng Chuyao and start trying to threaten them. Zheng Chuyao gets a little scared. Just then, Xing Chen calls Zhang Nian. Those goons are taking Xing Chen and Zheng Chuyao somewhere. From behind, Zhang Nian is also following them on his bicycle. A fight starts between Zheng Chuyao and those goons. One of them takes out a gun and is about to fire at them when Zhang Nian comes there and stops him. But that gun is fake. Zhang Nian fights with those goons and saves them both. Just then, more people from their college also arrive there. Seeing them, those goons run away from there. After that, Xing Chen and Zheng Chuyao also leave from there. Xing Chen sees that there is blood on her clothes. She thinks, I wasn't injured. Then whose blood is this? Just then, she remembers that she was with Zhang Nian. Maybe he got hurt. She runs to Zhang Nian. But by then, Yang Yang had already applied medicine to Zhang Nian's wound. Zhang Nian looks at her and says, "You should go home quickly from here. Those people might come back again." Saying this, he leaves from there. Then we see the man who had sent those goons to Xing Chen and Zheng Chuyao today. He calls Chen Ming and says, "Very soon your dolly group will be in my hands." Chen Ming says, "As long as I am alive, this can never happen." He cuts the call. The next day, during music class, Xing Chen is repeatedly looking only at Zhang Nian. After the class is over, she also thanks Zhang Nian for helping her yesterday. They are both looking at each other and smiling. And seeing this, Zheng Chuyao is getting very jealous. So Yang Yang says to him, "You are feeling bad because your fiancé has started falling in love with someone else." Then Zheng Chuyao comes outside and talks to Zhang Nian, and he says to him, "You stop coaching Xing Chen because you are trying to impress her." Zhang Nian says to him, "Why are you getting jealous of him? You said that you and she have no relation." Zheng Chuyao says, "She is my dance partner, so I don't want her to go to any other man." Just then, Xing Chen comes there. Zheng Chuyao grabs her hand and says, "You don't need to study coaching from today," and he starts taking her from there. Just then, Zhang Nian grabs her other hand, and he says, "Do you want to get kicked out of this college by not studying properly?" And they both start pulling Xing Chen towards themselves. Xing Chen lets go of both their hands, and then she goes with Zheng Chuyao. Then Zheng Chuyao starts making her practice dance. But Xing Chen still didn't know how to dance well. She couldn't even do it properly. At this, Zheng Chuyao was repeatedly scolding her and getting angry at her. Xing Chen says, "Why are you getting so angry at me? When you are in the night bear suit, you take such good care of me. And like this, why do you get so angry at me?" Zheng Chuyao says, "I am not any night bear, and if you can't dance well, then don't even think about dancing with me." Saying this, he leaves from there. While dancing with him, Xing Chen had sprained her ankle. She comes home limping. Zhang Nian is waiting for her there for coaching. When he sees her limping, he fixes her sprained ankle. Xing Chen tells him about the night bear and Zheng Chuyao, and she says, "How can the same person be so different?" Zhang Nian asks, "Are you sure that Zheng Chuyao is the night bear?" Xing Chen says, "Yes, I think he's the one." Zhang Nian doesn't reply to this. Then we see Yang Yang, who is saying, "I have never seen Zhang Nian smile." But whenever he is near Xing Chen, he smiles. And Yang Yang's phone also has the photo of when Zhang Nian and Xing Chen had kissed during dance practice. The next day, Yang Yang meets Zheng Chuyao and tells him something important. Xing Chen comes to the bookstore and asks the owner there, "Didn't that night bear come today?" She tells her, "He has taken a day's leave." At this, Xing Chen thinks, maybe Zheng Chuyao is practicing dance, that's why he didn't come here. Then she leaves from there. After some time, Zhang Nian comes there. So the owner says to him, "You like Xing Chen, why don't you tell her? If you keep your feelings in your heart like this, you will lose her." Then the day of the party arrives, where Xing Chen had come wearing a very beautiful white dress. Everyone was praising her, saying that she is very beautiful. Zhang Nian had also come there with Yang Yang. Today at this party, everyone had to do a couple dance. Xing Chen asks Zhang Nian, "Why didn't you tell me that Yang Yang is your dance partner?" Zhang Nian ignores her question and asks her, "Is your leg okay now?" Just then, an announcement is made that the dance performance is starting. First of all, Zheng Chuyao and Xing Chen had to do their couple dance. Everyone claps for both of them. Xing Chen extends her hand towards Zheng Chuyao to dance, but Zheng Chuyao goes and holds Yang Yang's hand. At this, Xing Chen is very sad. She's about to say something, but just then, Jiang Nian holds her hand and stops her. They both start their dance. Xingchen was very upset seeing both of them because she had been practicing to dance with him for so long. But at the main time, Zheng Chuyao held Yang Yang's hand instead of hers. After the dance is over, Zheng Chuyao kisses Yang Yang right in front of Xingchen. Seeing this, she was very upset and shocked. She raises her hand to slap him in anger, but just then, Jiang Nian comes forward and holds her hand, and he kisses her hand and asks, "Would you like to dance with me?" Then they both do a very nice dance. After the dance is over, everyone claps for them. Then the dance of the other people starts. Xingchen comes to Zheng Chuyao and asks, "Why did you do this to me? Explain to me." So Zheng Chuyao says, "You should be the one explaining." And he puts the same photos of her and Jiang Nian in front of her that were with Yang Yang. Seeing those photos, Xingchen is quite shocked and says, "It's not what you think." But he doesn't listen to her and leaves from there. A girl comes to Xingchen and spills red wine on her dress, and everyone starts laughing at Xingchen. She comes out from there to change her dress. Jiang Nian also comes with her. Xingchen first says thank you to him for today, and then she says, "You ruined my life. It's because of you that my character has been ruined in front of Zheng Chuyao today. And because of you, I lost my first love." She was saying all this to him while crying, and then she leaves from there. Jiang Nian also felt very bad for her. When Xingchen comes home, her mom also scolds her. She says, "Without my money, you and your mom are nothing. Then, can't you do anything good for our family?" Xingchen comes to her room, and she is saying to the bear kept there, "Ever since I came to this house, I have been struggling. Zheng Chuyao wants to stay away from me. Yang Yang keeps fighting with me, and Jiang Nian thinks that I am just a joke. I have become completely alone. I have no path and no friend." Just then, she hears someone's voice from outside. She goes to the window and looks, and outside, the night bear is standing with flowers for her, and he says to her, "Don't cry, I will always be with you." Xingchen runs to him and hugs him while crying, and then she asks him, "Are you Zheng Chuyao?" The night bear shakes his head no. Then she asks him, "Who are you?" To avoid her question, the night bear starts running from there, but Xingchen chases him. After going some distance, the night bear falls, and his mask comes off and falls down. Then when Xingchen sees his face, it is Jiang Nian. She is completely shocked to see him. She couldn't realize at all that Jiang Nian could be the night bear, and she runs away from there. In the morning when she wakes up, she is still repeatedly thinking about the night bear, and she says, "Now how will I show my face to him when I go to college?" She was getting very worried. Just then, her mom comes there and says she is going to announce her and Zheng Chuyao's marriage soon, so she should be ready for it in advance. Saying this, she leaves. Now, Xingchen gets even more upset. Then in the evening, when Jiang Nian comes for her coaching classes, Xingchen doesn't open the door and says, "I have fired you from the job. Now I never want to see you again." Jiang Nian says, "The one who hired me for the job is your mom, and your exams are coming soon. If you don't study properly, you will fail, and I can't let that happen." Even after Jiang Nian's many requests, when she doesn't open the door, he leaves from there. After some time, Xingchen's uncle comes to meet her, and they both sit and talk. Then their exam day comes. Jiang Nian takes his question paper and sits at his seat, but Xingchen had not arrived yet. He was looking for her in the entire exam hall, but just then, she arrives. She takes her paper and sits at her seat. Xingchen thinks about her mom, who had said that whether she studies or not, it doesn't matter to her. Xingchen thinks, "Why don't I just submit the paper without doing it? Anyway, nobody cares about it." But then she remembers what Jiang Nian had said. He had said, "You have worked very hard for this, and you can't give up just like that." Thinking about his words, she starts writing the paper. Then she and Jiang Nian submit their question papers together and leave from there. Today, in the exam hall, Jiang Nian was not feeling well, and Xingchen had noticed this. So after coming home, she makes soup for him, and she puts it in his locker. When Jiang Nian gets that soup, he is smiling a lot looking at it. But when he tastes it, its taste is very strange. Still, Jiang Nian drinks it. When he comes out from there, Xingchen asks him, "I made soup for you, did you like it?" Jiang Nian replies yes to this. So Xingchen says, "If you liked it, then I will make more for you in the future." Hearing this, he runs away from there. It is Zheng Chuyao's mom's marriage anniversary. Xingchen and her mom had also come to their party, and there, Zheng Chuyao also invites Yang Yang. In front of his mom and Xingchen's mom, he says this. He doesn't like Xingchen, but he likes Yang Yang, and he wants to marry her. And then he takes her and leaves from there. His dad is very angry about this. Then Yang Yang comes to Jiang Nian at the bookstore, and she tells him she doesn't like Zheng Chuyao. Yet her family members blame her. Because she doesn't have money, she is poor. She says, "What is my fault in this?" And she starts crying a lot and rests her head on Jiang Nian's shoulder while crying. Just then, Xingchen comes there and sees both of them together. She feels bad seeing them so close and leaves from there. The next day, Yang Yang comes to college and tells Xingchen she has left college. And all this happened because of her mom. After she leaves, Zheng Chuyao blames Xingchen, saying, "You are the one who always bothers Yang Yang." She says, "I don't know about this. I have nothing to do with it." Then Jiang Nian comes and asks Yang Yang, "Why are you leaving this? Is it because of money?" Yang Yang tells him, "Xingchen's mom came to meet my mom, and they asked me to leave our music group. They have also taken all my documents, so I can't participate in the music group with you guys anymore." Xingchen also hears their conversation, and the next day, she secretly takes Yang Yang's documents from her mom and gives them to her. Then they all go to the music performance, where they all shop together and click pictures. Then they return to their hotel room. Xingchen goes to the washroom to take a bath, when Jiang Nian also comes there from the other room, and they both start screaming, seeing each other. Xingchen says, "If you were taking a bath, couldn't you lock the door?" Jiang Nian says, "The door's lock is broken, and couldn't you come after knocking on the door? Did you come here to see my body?" Xingchen runs from there to her room, and Jiang Nian also follows her. Just then, his foot accidentally slips, and he falls on the bed on top of Xingchen. Just then, their other friends also come there. They ask, "What were you two going to do here?" They say, "We weren't doing anything." But all their friends were staring at them intently, and it was a very awkward moment for both of them. At night, Xingchen was going somewhere when two people start bothering her. Just then, the night bear comes there and beats them both up and makes them run away. She is very happy to see him there, but this is just her imagination. There is no night bear there. Just then, a man really starts bothering her. Jiang Nian is passing by from there, and hearing her voice, he comes there, and he protects her. Then, Xingchen hugs him and says, "Thank you." But just then, Jiang Nian again starts remembering a trauma from his past, and he is having a lot of problems with this hug. He is also trying to push Xingchen away from him, but she doesn't let him go. So Jiang Nian faints and falls right there. Seeing him like this, Xingchen gets very worried and starts calling for help from someone around, but there is no one there. In the next scene, we see Jiang Nian sleeping on the bed. Xingchen is sitting right next to him and looking at him. Just then, she sees that he has an injury on his hand. Xingchen thinks he has injured his hand. This will make it difficult for him to play the piano. Then she says to Jiang Nian, "You always come to protect me like my hero. I like this very much." Then she applies medicine to his hand injury and bandages it. Just then, Yang Yang comes there to meet Jiang Nian and says, "I heard that he had fainted. That's why I came to see him." Xingchen says, "He is sleeping right now, so you go and rest now. Meet him in the morning." Yang Yang asks her, "Did you hug him?" Xingchen says, "How do you know about this?" She tells her, Jiang Nian has a phobia, and this phobia is because of his sister. "I have known him since childhood, so I know about this." When Jiang Nian and his sister were young, their mom and dad passed away, and his sister had a very serious disease. Jiang Nian stopped his studies and worked very hard to get his sister treated, but she didn't get well, and at the last moment, she died in his arms. After that day, he can't hug anyone. If someone does it forcefully, he faints. Maybe this thing reminds him of his sister. Xingchen is sad to hear about this. Then she comes back to him, and she says, "You have always made me feel good. Now I will also do something better for you." Just then, she sees that Jiang Nian has a small box. She opens it and sees that it contains the same earrings that she once liked. She's happy to see them and says, "You bought these and didn't even tell me. Why are you so shy?" Then she's about to wear those earrings when she remembers, "I never said that I wanted these earrings." But at that time, Yang Yang was also there. She thinks that maybe Jiang Nian bought these earrings for Yang Yang. Thinking this, she gets angry and starts forcefully asking him, "Tell me, did you buy these for me or for Yang Yang?" Jiang Nian was still unconscious, but she was beating him and asking him her question. The next morning, when Jiang Nian opens his eyes, he sees that Xingchen is sleeping right next to him. He gets up from the bed and looks in the front mirror, and he finds out that Xingchen has drawn on his face with a marker and made him a complete joker. He quietly goes and lies down on the bed again. Just then, Xingchen wakes up and starts laughing seeing him, and Jiang Nian reacts as if he doesn't know anything. Xingchen says to him, "Don't you think there's something wrong with your face?" Jiang Nian asks, "What happened to my face?" Just then, she shows him the mirror. Jiang Nian looks at himself and reacts as if he has just seen this, and then he picks up the marker and starts drawing on her face too. But Xingchen gets up from there and runs away, and Jiang Nian also runs after her. Just then, another man also comes there, and he starts laughing seeing Jiang Nian's face. Then the three of them sit together and have breakfast. After this, Jiang Nian makes everyone practice the piano, and then the day of their performance arrives. Everyone is going on stage when Jiang Nian gives Xingchen that small box, which contained the earrings. She is very happy to see it, and she says, "I knew you bought this for me." Saying this, she hugs him, But Jiang Nian again starts having a problem with this hug. But just then, Xing Chen leaves him and goes on stage. All the members of the music group are on stage, and then they all start their performance. After some time, the performance ends successfully, and everyone claps for them. And the next day, the praise for their performance is written on the front page of the newspaper, which makes them all happy, and they celebrate this happiness together. Xing Chen was very happy now because she had made many friends. Jiang Nian comes to her and says, "Do you remember our first kiss? I still think about it," and they are both looking at each other very lovingly. Just then, Yang Yang comes there and says, "I have to tell you all something." And she says in front of everyone, she likes Jiang Nian. Hearing this, Xing Chen and Jiang Nian are very shocked. The next day, they all return to their homes. Xing Chen is putting her things in the car when Jiang Nian comes and helps her. She asks him, "Why didn't you answer Yang Yang?" Jiang Nian doesn't say anything to this, so she asks him again, "What kind of girls do you like? Maybe you don't like girls at all." At this, Jiang Nian calls her a fool and leaves from there. As soon as Zheng Chuyao and Xing Chen come home, their mom tells her servant to send them both to get ready. Zheng Chuyao says, "Is your mom preparing for our wedding?" Xing Chen says, "No, that can't be." After some time, they both come out wearing wedding dresses, and the photographer starts clicking their pictures. And all this is being done by Xing Chen's mom. Zheng Chuyao says to her, "Your mom is even crazier than you." Xing Chen says, "What if after this shoot, she really gets us married?" Then Xing Chen says, "You don't like me, and I don't like you either. As long as we both don't agree, she can't do anything to us." The next day, when these two go to college, their wedding photos are also posted there. All the students and teachers of the college are coming out to see them, and they are talking about them. Are they both really getting married? Jiang Nian is very sad to see those photos. Then, when he is leaving from college, Zheng Chuyao comes there in his car. Xing Chen is also with him. He asks Jiang Nian, "You saw our wedding photos in college. What would you like to say about it?" Xing Chen is telling him not to say all this, but he was still talking about it. Jiang Nian replies to him, "Those photos were really good," and he says congratulations to them and leaves from there. After that, Xing Chen also gets out of his car and leaves from there. Wherever Jiang Nian was going, their wedding photos were posted. He was getting hurt seeing them. Then he goes home and starts looking at Xing Chen's sketchbook, and he is thinking about her. Xing Chen comes to the bookstore to find him, but the owner there tells her he has taken a day off from work today. Xing Chen thinks he has become so lazy. Then she meets another student from their college, Dan Near, right there. She comes from there talking to him. Jiang Nian is sitting at home when Yang Yang messages him and invites him for dinner, but he refuses and says, "Come and meet me tomorrow at 4 p.m. I need to talk to you about something." That evening, Zheng Chuyao brings Xing Chen to a cafe. Xing Chen says to him, "Why did you bring me here? Do you like me?" Zheng Chuyao says, "Our mom has sent someone here to keep an eye on us. That's why we have to react as if we are together." Then he asks her to sit right there, and he says, "Hold on to me and sit properly, otherwise your mom will get suspicious of us." Xing Chen agrees to his words and sits holding on to him, and she asks him, "Who is it that is keeping an eye on us?" Zheng Chuyao says, "You just sit quietly. I am watching him." Just then, Jiang Nian also comes there, and he is shocked to see them both like this. As soon as she sees him, Xing Chen quickly stands up. By then, Yang Yang also comes with Jiang Nian. Xing Chen also feels bad seeing him with Jiang Nian. They both go and sit at another table. Xing Chen thinks that Jiang Nian has come on a date with Yang Yang, so she starts taking selfies with Zheng Chuyao to show him. Xing Chen says, "I think these two have come here to confess their love to each other." Zheng Chuyao says, "If that's the case, then I'll record a video of them. When they get married, I'll send it to them." Yang Yang says to Jiang Nian, "What I said to you that day, I am serious about it. But if you haven't thought about it yet, then don't be in a hurry to reply. You can take your time. I will wait until then." But Jiang Nian says, "I don't like you. I respect your feelings, but I don't have any feelings for you in my heart." Hearing this, Yang Yang starts crying. Sitting at another table, Zheng Chuyao and Xing Chen are also watching all this. Yang Yang says while crying, "You go away from here. I don't want you to see me crying." At this, Jiang Nian also says, "Sorry," to her and leaves from here. Then Xing Chen says, pretending, "How could he do that to Yang Yang? I will definitely teach him a lesson. I'll go to him right now." When Zheng Chuyao stops her, she says, "What are you doing? Look, Yang Yang is crying. Go to her. Go and comfort her." She leaves her with Yang Yang and runs away from there. He comforts Yang Yang, and she rests her head on his shoulder and starts crying. Just then, someone clicks their pictures. Meanwhile, Xing Chen comes to Jiang Nian, and she sits on his bicycle. He starts to ride the bicycle. Xing Chen asks him, "What were you going to tell me that day after the music performance?" He asks, "Which day? I don't remember." Xing Chen says, "How can you forget such an important thing?" At this, Jiang Nian says, If it was important, I would never have forgotten it. At this, Xing Chen gets angry and gets off his bicycle and starts walking away. After coming home at night, she is saying to her teddy bear, "Tell me what you were going to tell me that night. How can you forget such an important thing? Am I not important to you?" And she is throwing the teddy bear around and saying to it, "Answer me. Tell me." The photos of Yang Yang and Zheng Chuyao that were clicked in the cafe reach Xing Chen's mom. When Yang Yang reaches her home, she sees that her house is completely destroyed, and her mom is sitting there. She asks her, "What happened here?" Her mom tells her, "I don't know. A group of boys just came and destroyed everything. One of them said to tell Yang Yang not to hang around Zheng Chuyao, to stay away from him. Otherwise, next time it will be worse." Yang Yang thinks all this must have been done by Xing Chen's family and her. She comes to Zhang Nian and says, "Explain to Xing Chen that I and Zheng Chuyao have no relation, so their family should not bother us." Zhang Nian says, "Xing Chen is not like that. She wouldn't have done all this." The next day, when Xing Chen comes to college, Dan Nier tells her, "Last night some boys destroyed Yang Yang's stall." Xing Chen says, "Yes, I know. And everyone thinks that I did it. But why would I do something like that?" Just then, Zheng Chuyao also comes there. Xing Chen says to him, "I didn't bother her." This time he also believes her. Then she says, "Let's both make a plan so that we don't let our family bother Yang Yang." Then Xing Chen comes home and asks her mom, "Last night, whatever happened at Yang Yang's house, were you behind it?" At this, mom says, "Yes." So she asks her, "Why are you doing all this?" Her mom says, "She is misleading your fiancé. You can't do anything, so I had to do this." Xing Chen says, "I will do whatever you want, but you stop harming Yang Yang. Otherwise, I will not listen to anything you say." Her mom locks her in the room. She had been doing this to Xing Chen since childhood. Whenever she wanted to get her way, she would lock her in the room like this, and only when Xing Chen agrees to her words does she give her permission to leave the room. Xing Chen asks for the door to be opened, but when it doesn't open, she sits there and starts crying. Then we see Zhang Nian, who is making everyone practice music. But today, Xing Chen is not there, so he goes near her house to see her. Just then, he meets Xing Chen's real mom there. She was asking the stepmother Chen Ming, "I haven't seen Xing Chen for a long time. Where is she?" Zhang Nian hides and starts listening to their conversation. The real mom was saying, "I have come to see her. I will just see her for a little while and then leave." Chen Ming says, "You can't see her because she has made a mistake. And to punish her, I have locked her in the room." The real mom says, "She is still a child. Don't behave with her like this. She will get scared." Chen Ming says, "Don't tell me about this. And if it weren't for me, both of you would be dying somewhere today." Saying this, she leaves from there. After Chen Ming leaves, Zhang Nian comes to them and says, "Are you Xing Chen's real mother? Don't worry, I will protect her." At first, the mom says thank you to him, and then she realizes that she has to hide this fact. So she says, "What are you saying? I don't know anything about this. I don't know Xing Chen. I am not her mom." Saying this, she leaves from there. Meanwhile, Xing Chen is still sitting on the floor. Just then, Yang Yang comes there and opens the door. He picks her up in his arms and lays her on the bed, and he hugs her and says, "I came here for you." Just then, Xing Chen sees that her stepmother has arrived, so she pushes Zhang Nian away from her, and she says, "Why did you come here? You shouldn't have come here." Seeing this, the mom leaves from there, but Xing Chen's action hurts Zhang Nian a lot, and he says sorry to her and leaves from there. After he leaves, Xing Chen also gets very upset. Then the mom says to her, "Whatever relationship you have with that boy, end it. Otherwise, I will have that boy killed." Xing Chen says, "But I don't like Zheng Chuyao." The mom says, "No matter what, you will have to marry him, because this matter is related to their dolly group, and I cannot compromise with my business." The next day in college, Xing Chen tries to tell Zhang Nian that what she did yesterday to hurt him was because of her mom. But by then, Zheng Chuyao comes there, and he tells Zhang Nian that the teacher is calling him. So Zhang Nian gets up from there and leaves. Then Zheng Chuyao says to Xing Chen, "Zhang Nian is not a good boy. He is not at all trustworthy. You should stay away from him. And look at me. We are only pretending to be a couple. Yet I take such good care of you." Xing Chen doesn't say anything to this. She comes outside and is typing a message for Zhang Nian on her phone. "I like you." Just then, Zheng Chuyao bumps into her and her phone falls down. When she picks up her phone and looks, that message had been sent to Zhang Nian. Xing Chen thinks, "I shouldn't have said this to him right now." And she thinks, "What should I do now?" On the other side, a swimming race competition of all the boys was going on, and everyone's phones were kept in the locker. Xing Chen secretly comes and takes out Zhang Nian's phone and deletes her message from his phone. Just then, all the boys start coming there, so Xing Chen hides in the boys' washroom. Just then, Zhang Nian comes there and sees her. Xing Chen says to him, "You be quiet and don't tell anyone that I am there." Just then, Zheng Chuyao says, "I think someone has touched our things." Then he comes to Zhang Nian and says, "Why are you standing here? Move aside. I have to go for a bath." Zhang Nian says, "I came here first, so I will bathe first. He goes inside the bathroom and locks it from the inside. But Jung Chuyao is asking him to open the lock. And he says, this whole college is mine, so I can bathe wherever I want, and I have to bathe here today. But after a while, his friends take him from there. When they all leave from there, Xingchen comes out of the bathroom and runs away, and she comes outside and calls out to Jiang Nian, saying, come and meet me at the comic book store. I need to talk to you about something. Standing behind, Jung Chuyao also hears her words. Then, in the evening, Xingchen is sitting in the bookstore and saying, ever since I found out that you are the night bear, I have liked you. Ever since you became my home tutor, I have liked you even more. She is practicing saying all this to Jiang Nian, but he hadn't arrived yet. She was waiting for him, but just then, her stepmom comes there, and she sits right next to her. After some time, Jiang Nian also comes there, but Xingchen is now unable to say anything to him because of her mom. Just then, Jung Chuyao also comes there and says to Jiang Nian, I just want to tell you that from now on, never bother my Xingchen. Stay away from her. At this moment, Xingchen is very emotional, and Jiang Nian is also sad. He asked Xingchen, did you call me here just to tell me this? Xingchen looks at her mom and replies yes to Jiang Nian's question. Hearing this, Jiang Nian leaves from there. Then, coming out from there, Jung Chuyao says to Xingchen, if I hadn't heard what you said, today would have been a very difficult situation for you in front of your mom. And why do you like him? Is he better than me? Xingchen says, we are just pretending to be together. You don't need to be so serious. Jung Chuyao grabs her hand and says, but this time I'm not pretending. I really like you now. She is surprised to hear this and then leaves from there. The next day, Yang Yang meets Jiang Nian at lunchtime. She had brought lunch for him, but Jiang Nian says, I don't need this. Yang Yang says, I know you like Xingchen, but she only cares about Jung Chuyao. They are rich people, completely different from us. And can I take Xingchen's place in your life? Jiang Nian says, I'm sorry, but I can't give anyone else a place in my heart. And he leaves from there. Then, Jiang Nian comes to the comic book store and tells the owner there he is going abroad. The owner asks him, have you given up on Xingchen now? I think she likes you, but you guys are young. You should solve your own matters. Then she gives Jiang Nian his salary. Jiang Nian says, this night bear suit is very important to me, so can I take it with me? Then, he gives the owner Xingchen's drawing book and leaves from there. When Xingchen comes to the bookstore, she gives her back her drawing book. Xingchen is remembering all the moments she spent with Jiang Nian while looking at that book. She is missing him a lot, so she goes to his house to meet Jiang Nian, but no one is there. When she comes running to the college, she sees that all the students there are congratulating Jiang Nian on going abroad. As soon as Xingchen is about to go to him to talk, Yang Yang comes and stops her. And she says, if you are going to say anything to him, don't say it. Because if you do that, I will tell everyone that you are not a real princess. But you are the daughter of a poor lady, and Chen Ming is your stepmother. She also has a photo of Xingchen's real mom. Xingchen takes that photo from her hand and goes and tells everyone herself that who her real mom is. Hearing this, everyone is shocked. Then she is about to say something to Jiang Nian when Jung Chuyao comes and kisses her in front of everyone. And then he tells everyone, even though Xingchen is not their real daughter, but she is my fiancé, so no one can say anything about this. And he holds Xingchen's hand and leaves from there. When Xingchen comes home, her mom scolds her a lot for this, and she says, what was the need for you to tell everyone this? Now everyone knows this, and because of this, our company has suffered a great loss. The next day, when Xingchen comes to college, her posters are put up there, and everyone is talking about her. She is not a real princess. She is the daughter of a poor woman. Just then, Jung Chuyao comes there and tears down those posters, and he says angrily to everyone, if anyone tries to say anything bad about her, I won't spare them. It doesn't matter to him whether she is a real princess or not. She is his fiancée, and he likes her. In class 2, everyone was insulting Xingchen. She gets up from there and leaves. Just then, Jiang Nian comes there and scolds the people who were bothering her. Then, Xingchen's real mom comes to meet her, and she says to her, all this has been done by Jiang Nian, because he is the only one who knows that you are not a real princess. Xingchen says, no, he can't say that. I know him. The mom says, we can't know someone's heart by looking at their face. Xingchen says, I don't know about all that. I just know that he won't do anything like this. If he knows any secret of mine, he will keep it a secret. Standing at a distance, Jiang Nian is also listening to this. Then when Xingchen's mom is leaving from there, Jiang Nian comes to them and says to them, why did you give your daughter to someone else? The mom says, I am poor. If she stays with them, she will spend a good life. She will live in a good house. Jiang Nian says, have you ever asked her what she wants? She doesn't want a good house and expensive things, but she wants a house where her mom loves her. protects her. But she has become a girl who has lost both her mom and dad. The mom asks him, "Do you like her? And if you do, please protect her secretly and behave well with her." Jiang Nian says, "I am going to go abroad to complete my studies after some time. Before I leave, I will do whatever I can for her." Then Jiang Nian makes a nice soup for Xing Chen and keeps it in her locker. And he also protects her from the other students in the class who were about to bother her. When Zheng Chuyao comes home, his mom tells him, now they are canceling his marriage with Xing Chen because she is not Chen Ming's real daughter. But Zheng Chuyao didn't want this because he now started liking Xing Chen. So he comes to Xing Chen's mom and he talks to them about this. He tells them his family is canceling their marriage, but he wants to marry Xing Chen. Chen Ming is ready to support him, and she is also happy with his decision. Then Zheng Chuyao says he has brought a gift to give to Xing Chen. The mom tells him she is not at home right now. You can go to her room and wait. Zheng Chuyao comes to her room and starts looking at everything. Just then, he gets his hands on Xing Chen's drawing book. He starts looking at it very intently. Then we see that Xing Chen falls into the swimming pool. Zheng Chuyao and Jiang Nian are also sitting at a distance. They both jump into the swimming pool to save her, but they don't find Xing Chen anywhere in the pool. They come out and see that Jiang Nian has already come out. She says to them, I won't need someone else to save me every time. I know how to swim myself. Then they both pull Yang Yang and Xing Chen into the swimming pool too. And everyone starts enjoying there. Then Zheng Chuyao tells his parents that he wants to marry Xing Chen. At this, his parents start scolding him, and they say, you can't take this decision. At this, Zheng Chuyao says, when I didn't want to marry her, you guys forced me to marry her. But when I want to do this myself, you guys are refusing me. I am not a robot. I can take my own decisions. Then Zheng Chuyao wears the night bear clothes and brings Xing Chen on a boat. When she finds out that the night bear is Zheng Chuyao, Xing Chen asks him, why did you wear those night bear clothes? Zheng Chuyao asks, what? Don't you like that night bear? I thought you liked him. I thought you would like it if I came wearing this. Xing Chen says, this is a matter between me and that night bear. You won't understand. Then Zheng Chuyao takes a selfie with her and posts it. Then they both come to a hotel. On the other side, Zheng Chuyao's father freezes all his credit cards, and he also breaks his relationship with Xing Chen's mom and their dolly group. When Zheng Chuyao's credit cards are frozen, so he can't pay for the hotel, because of which those people are not letting him leave from there. Xing Chen thinks, if Jiang Nian had been stuck in this situation, what would he have done? An idea comes to her that if they can't pay, then they will have to do some work in return. Then Xing Chen says to them, for some reasons, we can't pay right now, but we will do some work for you in return. And then they both are washing dishes in the hotel. While washing dishes, Zheng Chuyao is very frustrated. So Xing Chen says to him, don't be sad, take it as a new experience in your life. While washing dishes, Zheng Chuyao breaks a plate, for which he gets scolded. Xing Chen thinks, there are so many dishes in this hotel that if we keep washing them continuously for 3 months, they still won't be finished. We will have to do some other work to make our payment. She goes outside from there and sees that there is a wedding in the hotel today, so she starts playing the piano there. And all these ideas are coming to Xing Chen by imagining Jiang Nian. Xing Chen is playing the piano when Zheng Chuyao comes to her after cleaning the dishes, and he says, how did you know that a piano player was needed here? Well, it's a good thing. The job of playing the piano is better than washing those bowls. Just then, Jiang Nian also comes to them, and he takes both of them from there and runs away. But when they try to leave the hotel, some people are standing there. Jiang Nian says, we can't leave from here. So Zheng Chuyao takes those people to another place and asks him, tell me what all is happening. Jiang Nian tells him, there are some people who want to harm both of you. Then Jiang Nian says, for tonight we will have to hide in this place. Then the three of them do the same. At night, the three of them are lying in this room. Just then, Zheng Chuyao goes to the washroom. When he comes back, Jiang Nian and Xing Chen are talking to each other. He stands right there and starts listening to their conversation. Xing Chen says to him, when you go abroad, I will feel very bad. I thought you would have left today, and I couldn't even say a final goodbye to you. Jiang Nian says, I thought you came here with Zheng Chuyao because you didn't want to see me. Xing Chen says, it's not like that. Zheng Chuyao came to me wearing the night bear's clothes, so I thought it was you. That's why I came here with him. Jiang Nian says, you thought it was me. That's why you came with him. So you don't like Zheng Chuyao? Xing Chen wanted to tell him that she doesn't like Zheng Chuyao but him. But by then, Zheng Chuyao comes there, and they both stop talking. Those goons were still looking for them outside the hotel. Just then, one of those goons, Dan Neer, who was in their college, finds them and comes to them, and a fight starts between them. Then, Jiang Nian holds Xing Chen's hand, and the three of them run away from there with Zheng Chuyao. Zheng Chuyao had been injured in the stomach during the fight, so he couldn't run properly. So Jiang Nian hides him in one place and runs away from there with Xing Chen. They both run into a club, and Jiang Nian puts a wig on Xing Chen's hair, but those goons find them and come very close to them. Just then, Jiang Nian hugs Xing Chen. After some time, those goons leave from there, but because of hugging her, Jiang Nian faints. Xing Chen brings him and lays him down in another place when Zheng Chuyao also comes to them and asks what happened to him. Xing Chen tells him Jiang Nian can't hug anyone. If he does that, he faints. But he did it to protect me, and now he is not regaining consciousness. She starts crying. After some time, Jiang Nian regains consciousness. Just then, Xing Chen gets a call from their uncle, and they return to their home. When Xing Chen comes to college, a boy there tells her, Jiang Nian was supposed to go abroad yesterday, but he missed his flight while looking for you. Xing Chen says, why did he do that? He tells her, because Jiang Nian likes you. Hearing this, Xing Chen runs to Jiang Nian, and she hugs him, and right there, they both confess their love, and then Jiang Nian kisses her. Then they both say, we will convince my mom for our marriage together. Meanwhile, Zheng Chuyao is also convincing his dad to get him married to Xing Chen. His dad says, I will only agree to your marriage when you prove that you have become a responsible person. Zheng Chuyao asks, how can I prove this? He says, you will have to work in our company for 1 year. That too as an employee. He agrees to this. When Xing Chen comes home, she sees that there is no furniture in her house. She asks her mom, what happened here? The mom tells her, my husband left me his dolly group and this house, but I couldn't handle it properly. She tells them that they have gone bankrupt. Then she gives some money to Xing Chen and says, if you don't like Zheng Chuyao, then with this money, you can do what you want to do. Now you can live your life as you want to live. Saying this, she starts crying very emotionally. So Xing Chen also hugs her while crying. The next day, Xing Chen comes to meet Jiang Nian. Just then, Zheng Chuyao also comes there in his car. As soon as Xing Chen moves a little forward, Jiang Nian catches her and kisses her. Then Xing Chen sits on his bicycle and goes with him. Zheng Chuyao is also behind them, and he is getting very angry seeing them both like this. He tries to stop them, but they both leave. Zheng Chuyao says, what's so great about a bicycle? From tomorrow, I will also bring a bicycle. Then Jiang Nian takes Xing Chen to a place. He had planned a small surprise for her there. Then he plays the piano for Xing Chen there, and she is enjoying the music with her head on his shoulder. Then she also starts playing the piano with him. Then she tells Jiang Nian, I confessed my love to you in a hurry that day, but now I will have to marry Zheng Chuyao. Xing Chen wanted to do this for her mom, because Zheng Chuyao was rich and could support her mom financially. Then Xing Chen says to him, I don't love you. Saying this, she starts to leave from there while crying. Just then, Jiang Nian grabs her hand and pulls her towards him and kisses her. Xing Chen pushes him away and says, I said I don't love you. Then why are you doing all this? Then she leaves from there. Jiang Nian is standing there quietly. He was very hurt by what Xing Chen had just said to him. When Xing Chen comes to college, everyone there knows that their dolly group has gone bankrupt, so they give her money to help her. But just then, Jiang Nian and Zheng Chuyao come there. Zheng Chuyao says to them, Xing Chen is my fiancée. I can buy her everything. She doesn't need your money. And then he holds Xing Chen's hand and takes her away from, in front of Jiang Nian. When they both come outside, Xing Chen says to him, let's get married. Hearing this, Zheng Chuyao is also shocked. On the other side, Jiang Nian is only thinking about Xing Chen. Then we see Xing Chen in a wedding dress. Zheng Chuyao is also with her. He says to her, Xing Chen, I really love you very much. Seeing you in this wedding dress, I consider myself the luckiest person in the world. But I want you to think like me too. You should marry the one you truly love. Then he asks, do you really love me? At this, Xing Chen doesn't answer anything and becomes very emotional. So Zheng Chuyao says, if you are doing this marriage only for money, then I will lend you the money. But I don't want you to marry me only for money. If you love me, then only marry me. But if it is only for money, then I want you not to marry me. After this, he asks her again, do you really want to marry me? Xing Chen thinks to herself, I thought I was strong enough to bear everything. But when Zheng Chuyao looked into my eyes and asked me this question, I realized that I won't be able to do this. I can't lie to myself. I can't marry Zheng Chuyao. I will marry him by lying to him, but I will never be able to be a good wife. Thinking all this, Xing Chen leaves from there and starts crying emotionally right there. Xing Chen runs to a place in that same wedding dress. Zheng Chuyao doesn't know where she has gone, so he calls Jiang Nian and asks, but Xing Chen hadn't come to him either. They both start looking for her together. Just then, Jiang Nian finds her sitting in a park. Jiang Nian comes and sits next to her. Xing Chen is crying, so he starts to calm her down. And while wiping her tears, he says, no matter what the situation is, I will never leave you. I will always be with you. Even though your dolly group is now finished, still, I will earn money for you. Even if you marry Zheng Chuyao, if he behaves badly with you, I will fight him for you too. Hearing this, Xingchen starts laughing, and then she rests her head on his shoulder and sits there. Then, Xingchen's real mother calls her stepmother to live in her house, because their business and house had all gone bankrupt. The next day, when Xingchen is in her college, Yang Yang is standing at the door and looking at her. Just then, Dan Neer comes to her. He asks her, "Are you thinking of talking to Xingchen?" She doesn't say anything, so Dan Neer says, "I also misunderstood her before. Now I have an idea for you." In the next scene, we see that Yang Yang brings Xingchen to a strange place. She had brought her here to talk about something. Xingchen was saying to her, "If you have something to say, then say it. Why did you bring me here?" Yang Yang says, "There is someone else here just like me. He also wants to apologize to you." Xingchen says to her, "You think I will forgive you every time?" Just then, Dan Neer comes there and says, "What I am about to do to you now, I am already saying sorry to you for it." He was the same goon who was once chasing the three of them in the hotel. He also starts trying to catch Xingchen there. In the next scene, we see Zhang Nian. He is making music practice when Yang Yang comes to him. She was very scared, and she was repeatedly taking Xingchen's name. Zhang Nian asks her, "Tell me what happened to her?" She tells him, Dan Neer has kidnapped her. He is shocked to hear this. Here we see Xingchen, who had been kidnapped by Dan Neer, and she was screaming for help. Just then, Dan Neer comes to her. Xingchen says to him, "What do you want from us? Why did you kidnap me? Our business has already suffered a great loss. Our house, everything is gone. You won't get any money by kidnapping me either." Just then, Yang Yang comes there with Zheng Chuyao and Zhang Nian. Zhang Nian finds Xingchen's phone lying right there. Then we see Dan Neer. He says to Xingchen, "You call your mom and tell her to immediately agree to marry my boss. Only then will I let you go." Xingchen is quite shocked to hear this and says, "If I call her, she won't trust me." Dan Neer says, "Then I'll cut off your fingers and send them to her. Then she will know that you are with me, and she will trust you too." Xingchen says, "I don't understand why you needed to kidnap me." Dan Neer says, "I am doing all this for my boss, because he likes your mom and she refused to marry him. Now I can do anything for his happiness. So you stop your nonsense and call your mom." But Xingchen says, "She doesn't care about me. I don't even remember her number." At this, he smiles and says, "I remember your mom's number." And he makes the call and gives the phone to Xingchen. But her mom is not receiving the call at all. He is repeatedly calling her, but she is not receiving the call. And Xingchen is wishing. His phone's battery runs out while calling. On the other side, Zheng Chuyao and Zhang Nian are trying to find her. Then Xingchen starts insisting in front of Dan Neer that she is very hungry. Annoyed by her, he goes to get food for her. Right there, Zheng Chuyao and Zhang Nian are watching him, wearing night bear suits. As soon as he leaves from there, they follow him, and they come to the place where he had locked Xingchen. By the time Dan Neer reaches Xingchen with food, she has already freed herself from the ropes, and she runs away from there. When Dan Neer reaches there, he starts looking for Xingchen here and there. Just then, Zhang Nian comes to him, and a fight starts between them. Zhang Nian is beating him and asking him, "Tell me where Xingchen is?" He says, "Can't you see she has untied these ropes and run away from here?" Zhang Nian leaves him and starts calling out for Xingchen there. Xingchen is trying to run away from behind that building. Just then, Zhang Nian comes to her, and he says to her, "Start walking from where you are standing, and don't move too much and don't look down. Look into my eyes and give me your hand." Xingchen is slowly moving towards him. Just then, she falls. To save her, Zhang Nian also jumps with her and catches her. He is holding on to an iron rod with his other hand, and they are both hanging there. Xingchen says, "I have hugged you, don't you faint?" Zhang Nian says, "Yes, I won't faint." Then Xingchen says to him, "I love you very much." Zhang Nian says, "Can you say this to me every day?" Just then, their other friends see them both hanging there, and they make a plan to get them down from there. Zhang Nian says to her, "Don't be scared, and hold on to me tightly, nothing will happen to us." Saying this, he lets go of his hand, and by then his friends below bring a trolley on which some soft things were kept. They both fall on it and are not injured. Zhang Nian quickly starts to look at Xingchen, but she is not opening her eyes. So Zhang Nian gets very worried, and he is trying to wake her up, but her eyes don't open. In the next scene, we see Xingchen in the hospital, and her two moms are also there. They are both quite worried. After some time, as soon as Xingchen regains consciousness, they are both happy to see her conscious, and they tell her, "You have been unconscious for 3 to 4 days." By now, that Dan Neer has also been arrested, and all this happened because of their family's old enmity. Just then, Zhang Nian comes there wearing that bear suit for Xingchen. Xingchen is very happy to see her night bear. The next day, when Xingchen comes to her college, all her friends play musical instruments for her, and they give her a surprise. Then Yang Yang also plays her violin with them. Just then, they all suddenly stop playing music and look behind them. When Xingchen also looks in that direction, she sees that night bear coming towards her. Jiang Nian had brought a ring for her. Jiang Nian puts that ring on Xingchen's finger. At this moment, she is very emotional, and all their friends are also very happy to see them together. Just then, Jiang Nian comes forward and starts to kiss Xingchen, but because of his bear suit, he couldn't come forward, so Xingchen herself comes forward and kisses his lips, and all the friends clap for them. In the last scene, we see Xingchen's stepmom. She had started her second business, which was running successfully, and Zheng Chuyao had gone to Europe to expand his dad's business. Xingchen had become a great artist. She was still drawing when Jiang Nian comes to her. She tells him she has bought a new brand of dress, and she is going to wear that dress for him. Jiang Nian says to her, "I can't give you the same princess life as before, nor can I get you branded clothes. I don't have that much money either, but I promise that I will always keep you happy."